Hi, I'm Alfred Ernest Norton. It's so nice to meet you. I'm happy for this opportunity to tell you a bit about myself and my family. I was born September 29, 1882 in North Adelaide, South Australia. My parents were Alfred Adam Trebilco and Martha Norton. They never married and I lived with my mother at Forest Range in South Australia and was unaware who my father was and that I was born a Trebilco. In my early 20s I left South Australia for a new life in Victoria. This is where I met Isabella Jane Mildren. We married on September 7, 1910 at Toowong in Victoria. We lived at Corryong where we had 4 children. Frederick William born 1912. Isabella May born 1913 sadly died in 1916. Percival born 1915 and finally Helen Margaret born 1918. In 1911 I started beekeeping with a few colonies at Corryong on the Upper Murray in Victoria. I gradually built up my apiary and in 1921 was running about 130 hives of bees. I was always interested in organisation and I was a member of the General Council of the Victorian Apiarists Association in 1920. I was the first subscriber to the Victorian Bee Journal, having taken a subscription in 1918 with the £1 I won for a honey prize at Horsham on the day that the decision was made to start the journal. I was a continuing subscriber and have a complete set of the journal. I was a contributor to the earlier numbers of the journal and won 2 gold medals in honey competitions at the Victorian Apiarists Association conferences. In May 1923 I attended the Maitland Conference of the New South Wales Apiarists Association as a visitor from Corryong and only a few weeks later, on June 21, was at Gosford, New South Wales with my 160 colonies of bees which I moved from Corryong after having sold my farm. When I came to New South Wales I immediately joined the Apiarists Association and served as auditor in 1926, a vice president in 1927 and executive member from 1928 until the Commercial Apiarists Association took over in 1933. By 1927 I was running 600 hives in 13 mobile apiaries around the Tamworth district. I established the Peel River apiaries and built up an extensive local trade in packed honey. The up-to-date 2-story central extracting plant that I built in Tamworth was a great centre of attraction to New South Wales beekeepers. I was a producer member of the New South Wales Honey Marketing Board when it was voted out in 1932, and later was a member of the New South Wales Honey Advisory Council for several years. I was always a great one for making gadgets and had many ingenious contrivances to make my work easier and faster. I was ever ready in a most friendly manner to pass on to others the benefits of my experiences. I was an executive member of the Commercial Apiarists Association from its inception, president in 1940-41, until my retirement in 1946, excepting for 1 year, thus completing 26 years on the executive with unbroken attendances recorded. Honorary life membership in the Commercial Apiarists Association of New South Wales was conferred upon me in 1957. Sadly, in May 1952, while returning from a holiday at Lenswood in South Australia with a cousin from there, we were involved in a car accident near West Wyalong and he was killed. My many photographs, sketches and articles that have appeared in the Australian Beekeeper over the years have given inspiration, education and interest to an untold number of beekeepers. I hope I will be long remembered for my A Beekeeper's Diary, which ran in the Australian Beekeeper from February 1952 to September 1957, with graphical pictures of beekeeping episodes day by day tinged all through with my dry humour for which I was so well known. I was an honorary apiary inspector, an honorary forest ranger and an honorary ranger under the Birds and Animals Act and under the Wildflowers and Native Protection Act. I was also an unattached member of the Masonic Lodge and a member of the Independent Order of Odd Fellows. Eucalyptus nortoni was named after me. Like most beekeepers, I was very interested in the genus Eucalyptus and collected material which became the type specimen for this species. I passed away on July 24, 1962 and was buried in the Presbyterian section of the cemetery in Tamworth. My obituary in the Tribune newspaper. Alf Norton, secretary of the Tamworth branch of the Communist Party for many years, died recently in Tamworth. One of the nicest respected and best loved of the farm leaders in New South Wales, Alf spent a lifetime as a bee farmer and was affectionately known to his friends as the Bee King. He produced a pamphlet under the title Bees and Communism, which was widely read. It drew the analogy of the bees working in a collective and how they drove out all the drones and progressively built their society by collective action. Alf was for many years president of the Apiarists Association of New South Wales and on his retirement was made a life member. The Communist Party and Tribune extend condolences to Mrs. Norton and family. I'm so glad I got to share my story with you. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. That's it for now.